Hey, Frank, we just saw the injury update, and just want to ask you about Drummond specifically. The toe, assume it's the same thing, but anything more you can tell us about how he's been feeling?
Yeah, it is the same thing. He got stepped on it pretty good again in the Brooklyn game, and played with a lot of pain in the Knicks game and the Charlotte game, and it swelled up after those two, the back-to-back yesterday. So we're gonna hold him out tonight, and Schroeder is. Schroeder's having trouble putting pressure on his foot. He has an infection in the ball of his foot. So he's going to try to warm up, but it's probably unlikely that he plays. And then Markieff Morris with his foot is still not ready to play.
Got it. And then, Frank, also, I believe you were going to have an update on AD. Is there something you have on that front?
Yeah, good news. He was evaluated again upon return of this trip, and he has been cleared for full on-court activity, full practice, anything we want to do with him to begin his real ramp-up and return to play. All the core work he's been doing to this point has been to get him to be fully cleared to participate in full practice. So, it's unlikely. Obviously, he's not playing tonight. It's unlikely he plays in the 2 Utah games, but not out of the question. And we'll see. Hopefully, we'll see how the next few days. Hopefully, he's available after that.
And Frank, just to follow up now, of course, AD's been out for 2 months, and I just wondered at what point you've gotten yourself thinking about, all right, putting him back, incorporating him into the lineup. How you're going to think about his minutes? So how has that progressed as you get this news, which you mentioned is good?
Yeah, well, that's the thing. Whenever it is that he returns, it's not going to be a full return to playing 30-something minutes a night. Especially with the nature of practice, and how shorthanded we are. He's going to have to use some games to try to get himself back in shape. So the first few games he's back will likely be short minute performances with probably like a 15 minutes restriction or something like that. And build up from there.
Kyle?
Sorry, was that me? There's Anthem. Could someone else go real quick?
Okay, Dave?
Yeah, Frank, with Anthony, what's his mood with this news, and how encouraging is this after it's been a while? What does this do for him? Have you been able to speak to him about the news, and what does it do for the collective group?
Yeah, he's eager to get back out. That's the biggest thing, and he's tired of being a patient and ready to be a player again. So he's eager to get to work in real practice the next few days. Live work. And even more eager to get back on the floor. And, obviously that's going to give our whole group a big lift.
Kyle?
Yeah, Frank. Just what do you know what the starting lineup is going to be tonight?
Yeah, I'm not going to release that until 30 minutes prior.
Dan?
Hey, Frank, 2 questions for you. First, on the AD front, has this been kind of the plan all along, sort of the slow build to this moment? And I guess, were there any hiccups between the injury and now?
Yeah, obviously it's been quite some time since he initially got hurt. But there was a mindset to go through this type of process, to really strengthen the muscle and the area around it to this point. There hasn't. This isn't a result of any type of setback or anything like that. It's just a longer term plan to make sure that the muscle is fully recovered and strengthened.
And then secondly, I think it was earlier this year, you kind of talked about driving to Staples Center and how you used to get really excited pregame because of sort of the life around downtown LA. There hasn't been much of it throughout the season. Did it feel a little different today, knowing kind of what was waiting for you here, even though only 2,000 people?
It did. Just knowing that we're going to have fans in the house, I think is bringing us all a little bit of joy and excitement. And, we're eager to, even though it's not near full capacity or anything like that, just to not have an empty building and to see some of our great fans, something we're all excited about.
Bill Orr.
Hi, Frank. Along those same lines, I'm wondering, down the road, how are you going to look back on this year plus that you played without fans and didn't get to play in front of home fans for something like 400 days? What are you going to remember most about that experience?
Just the weirdness of it all. I think it's just just something we're all not used to. We're used to the crowd bringing momentum and making things difficult for you when you're on the road, and bringing energy to your team when you're home. And it's just been a strange void. I'm very much looking forward to leaving that in the past. So hopefully we'll accelerate to full capacity at some point soon. And for now, we'll enjoy having the fans that we have in the building tonight.
Jovan.
Hey, Frank. With the news that AD is going to be returning soon, has this last kind of couple months without him, have you learned anything about maybe a different way to use him with what you've seen on the court, or have there been any kind of takeaways that you can apply from the past couple months without him that have maybe changed the way you view the situation?
Yeah, I mean, we've talked all along about, the silver lining and other guys getting added opportunities and, finding, more creative ways to use them offensively and to tighten their habits and instincts defensively. So, definitely going to be a silver lining for the guys that have been playing. And, obviously, we'll look forward to having AD back in there.
Mark Medina.
Hey, Frank, good to see you. I was wondering, who do you see as the Celtics' third guy to complement Tatum and Brown, and what do you make of that dynamic overall?
I don't know if there's necessarily a third guy. I think Smart and Kemba are both, big time winning players. I know Marcus Smart, I don't believe has been an all-star, but he's an all-star caliber player in my mind. With the hustle and the effort that he brings, the energy that he brings to their team, and his improved offense over the last couple of years. And obviously, Kemba is an all-star level player that's been a little dinged up, but is certainly capable of playing on that level. So they have a very good team, and obviously a very good coach as well.
We've got time for two more. Alan Sliwa.
Hey, Coach, you hit on it for a quick second. You said some of the silver lining, some of the role players, what they get to do. Just what have you noticed in the time that Anthony Davis has been out, LeBron's out? Just your overall thoughts on some of these role players and how they've done in this situation.
Yeah, well, I just think they've had an opportunity to learn our system, and the more they're getting added responsibilities in our system. The sharper they're able to be when those guys return and when we're at full strength. We'll have all these experiences to draw on, and I think the added defensive experience in particular for our young guys, getting to guard some of the better players with AD and Bron out. I think that'll bode well for us as well.
Last one, Melissa Rowland.
Hey, Frank. A lot of guys have said that Staples Center has always felt especially eerie or especially weird without fans. Did you feel that way, and why do you think you did, if you did? Is it because of the history of this building, or how would you describe that?
Yeah, well, there's just a feeling, when you play here in front of a full crowd, that, many of them are celebrities, and just the LA vibe. There's just a special feeling about playing Lakers games in this building. So that feels different than if you were playing in some of these other small markets. It's more of an absence than some of the other small markets. So, again, just looking forward to having some fans back in the house tonight.
Thanks, Frank.
We're good there, Frank. Thank you.